Hello everyone. Today I want to talk to you about something that's becoming more and more important in our today's world, where we are surrounded by information, plagiarism. And to be more precise, we will be getting more information on aggregate plagiarism. You probably heard before it. Now let's break it down. What exactly is plagiarism and why should we get it? At its core, it's when someone takes idea or even words and present them as their own without even giving them credit. It's a bit like borrowing without asking, and it's only more serious that it's a breach of trust. Interestingly, the word plagiarism actually comes from a Latin word meaning kidnapper, which really emphasizes the idea of taking something that doesn't belong to you. As you can see in this picture, the thief is trying to steal idea of someone else. That is plagiarism. But it's not always as obvious as just copying and pasting. Plagiarism can take many forms. For example, rephrasing someone else's idea without mentioning where they came from is still plagiarism. Even reusing your own work, say submitting a project you have already done for a new class without permission or acknowledgement, it's called self-plagiarism. So it's not always as straightforward as it seems. Next slide, please. Why is plagiarism such a big deal? Well, the consequences can be pretty serious. In school, colleges, plagiarism can lead to failing grades or even expulsion. Yes, you can get expelled from the college. In professional world, it might damage someone's reputation, cost them their job, or even lead to legal trouble. But beyond personal consequences, plagiarism breaks the trust we have in work itself, whether it's a research paper, an article, or a creative project. We expect it to be original. When that trust is broken, it affects everyone involved. Next slide, please. In today's digital world, plagiarism are more relevant than ever. With so much information at our fingertips, it's easy to copy and paste without thinking about the consequences. At the same time, it's also easier to detect thanks to tools like Grammarly, Turnitin, that can flag uncredited material. This means avoiding plagiarism is just about being careful. It's about being responsible and ethical. Now, today, we are going to explore different type of plagiarism and some of them might surprise you. For instance, there's something called aggregator plagiarism, where someone combines content from multiple sources without properly crediting them. This type of plagiarism is becoming more common in the online world, and it's the one we will talk closely about. As we move through this topic, I would like to keep one thing in mind. Avoiding plagiarism isn't just about following rules or avoiding punishment. It's about fostering creativity, building credibility, and respecting the hard work of others. With that, I will hand things over to Jaran, who is going to take us through the various type of plagiarism in more detail. Thank you.
So there are different type of plagiarism. First one is clone. Clone plagiarism means we are taking the text from some source and copying from there and pasting into our own document. And second one is we are not giving any credit in the clone plagiarism. Second one is control C. Control C is we are taking some text from source, control C from there and control V into our own document. So this kind of plagiarism are easily detectable because it's easy to identify the identical words. So you must be thinking that these two are both same, but there is a slight difference in between these two. Like in clone, it may be possible that we are taking the whole document from some source and paste it as our own. But in control C, we are taking some chunks of text and just pasting into our own document as it is. So third one is find and replace. We are taking some text from some source and just changing some specific words. Like let's take an example. I am looking at the window. This is my original text, and I am staring at the window. This is my plagiarized text. I am just changing one word to their synonym. Then all the structure, subject, object, verb, all are same. Just changing the one word. So as let's break down the name, find and replace. I am finding one word and replace it to their synonym. Remix in the remix plagiarism. I am taking some text from some source and I am not pasting it as it is. I am just altering it by using paraphrasing, summarizing, and some other techniques. I am altering it and I am not giving any credit to anyone. So next one is recycle. This is also known as self plagiarism. In this one, I am presenting my own previously submitted work as my new work. So this is known as recycle. Let's take an example. Like I have submitted a assignment in DA1 And at the time of DA2, I use the same assignment and paste it again. But I am not saying that this is my previously submitted assignment, and I will present it at a new content. Next one is hybrid. In hybrid, I am combining text from multiple sources, plus I am adding my own work into it. And I'm not giving credit to any other source. I'm just presenting it as a whole document, as a new document. So this is hybrid content. Here, remember here I am adding my own work to it. It is not completely some other works. So seventh one is mess up. Until now we are just discussing about text, but here we are taking text ideas and images from multiple sources and use these images into our own work and present it as my own work. So this is known as mess-up plagiarism. I am not giving credit to any source. I am just showing that this is my own work, this is my own efforts. Eighth one is 404 error. As the name suggests, this is the basically I am making things up in this plagiarism. I am just making any theory and giving the false citation to it. Like this kind of plagiarism are often misleading because user giving we are giving user to the false information. Reader get false information from our paper. And next one is aggregator. This is the topic in our whole slide is about. This occurs when when writer combines texts from multiple sources, not giving credit to anyone. We will discuss this further. Next one is retweet. In this one, this is the only plagiarism. In this one, we are giving proper citation. These are not fake citation. We are giving proper citation. These papers really exist, but this is still plagiarized because in this one we are completely relying on the or on someone else's work. There is a lack of originality in this. There should be someone from our own. So this is the retweet plagiarism. So now I am handing over the control to Ashwini.
Let's talk about aggregated plagiarism. Content aggregation. Content aggregation is taking material from various sources and migration into a single piece without proper crediting the original creators. And automated tools. Using tools together and organize content also can be obscure the true origin of the information. Next slide. How aggregated plagiarism works. Content scraping. Automated tools extract content from blogs, websites, and database. Content creation, the gathering material is organized and displayed on their aggregating platform, often with minimal attribution. Manual aggregation may earn money through ads and or other methods without sharing revenue with original creators. Next slide. Why aggregated plagiarism is problematic. Unauthorized republication, violence, content reaction, rights, or reducing originalities or increasing new content creation. Incomplete attribution. Incomplete attribution provides for partially or misleading credits, also harm to creditability of those involved. Finally, financial exploitation. Aggregators platform without compensating original creators, which leads to risking legal action. I hand over to Piyush.
Thank you, Ashwini, for giving me the control. So, as you got to know what is aggregated plagiarism and why it is problematic, I am going to make you understand that how the aggregated plagiarism is practiced in real world. So I have got 3 examples to show, and I hope so that after showing all the 3 examples, going through all the examples, you can get a better understanding like how it is being done in real world. So starting from the first example, you can see here both original and unoriginal work is shown. Unoriginal work basically means the plagiarized work. So, and how I am going to show you. So focus on the text highlighted in orange color. And if you got notice, it's been taken fully from the original content. In orange color, that is marked in the unoriginal work. Even the content heading also has been taken from the original work. The author of the original work even didn't hesitated in taking the content heading also. So as the author has given proper credit to the original work, mentioning the page number and all the authors of the original work. But in his work, he has didn't mentioned any his or her own ideas and thoughts. So in this way, the aggregator plagiarism is practiced in the real world. So moving on to the next slide. In this example, assume me as the author of this plagiarized work. What I'm going to do, I will take the whole part of the source one for my content and I will paste it in the in my work. And I will take the full content of the source too, and I will paste it in my content, which is marked in gray color, and the first content is marked in yellow color. So in my work, I have like sourced the content from other sources, but there is no my own idea in my own work. So like it doesn't hold any meaning. Like I have just copied it and pasted it as it is, and the paper meant to be created by me, but it's like created by other people's who like from where I have taken the sources. But I have given the credit also. Like I have taken from that person papers and that person's paper, but there is no my own idea in my work. So in this way, like the how the peoples who are practicing the plagiarism are doing like in this way only. Moving on to the third slide. In this also we can see the text mark in yellow color and the text mark in red color are both being taken by the source one. But there is slight difference. The text mark in yellow color is like just copied and pasted. And the text marked in red color has slightly been changed. Like the in source color, the month showing is December 2019. Month and year showing is December 2019. But in the plagiarism work, the content is showing January 2020. There has slightly been changed, but all the text after these are same from in comparison to source work. So like it is just copied and paste and just to the month and year has been changed. The author has, you can see here also the author has credited the source work in a well manner, like he has mentioned page number also in the last you can see pp.1-6 and in the second red marked credit you can see pp.1557 under hyphen 1561. These are all page numbers. He has like credited in a well manner from where I have taken the content, from which person's paper I have taken the content. But in his or her content, he or she has not included his or her ideas. So like it's the plagiarism he or she is doing. So in this way, in the real world, plagiarism is like done. And I hope so you have got a better idea like how it's being done in the real world, because like aggregator is not the only plagiarism. There are many types of plagiarism, and there is one more plagiarism in like it is much same to aggregator plagiarism, and that is mosaic plagiarism, which my friend Veva will take you further on the next discuss with you in the further slides. But from here I can assure like you have got the idea like how aggregated plagiarism is practiced and what it is and why it is problematic, all about that. So I'm handing over the control to my friend Vaibhav. He will take you further to the next slides and will discuss you the difference between the comparison and what is meant to be the mosaic plagiarism, all about that. So I'm handing the flow of control to Vaibhav.
Thank you so much, Chris. Now, here we discuss about what is mosaic plagiarism and how it is similar to aggregated plagiarism. So let's talk about mosaic plagiarism. So mosaic plagiarism is a type of plagiarism where someone combines phrases or ideas from different sources and add to their work without giving them the proper credit. So what happened a lot of time that they will change few words or maybe some phrases, but they keep the original idea same. So this approach can mislead readers into thinking that this is the writer's original work, even though it's just made by information from other authors. Where in aggregator plagiarism, it is similar to mosaic plagiarism. Here, the writers collect information from various sources and bringing all together. However, the result is still unoriginal because it just repeat what other authors already have said. So they are not adding anything new to the work. Often citations are included in mosaic in aggregator plagiarism, but still they are not doing anything new to the information. So let's talk about what similarity between these two. These two type of plagiarism is both involve combining content from multiple sources. They each lack originality and contribute to something that not they really owns. So now let's discuss example of mosaic and aggregator plagiarism. Next slide, please. So now take a look at the highlighted text here for mosaic plagiarism. We phrases here. What's happening in mosaic plagiarism is that the writers taking exact phrases or close to the original text from multiple sources. Here you can see that the writer has taken this text and phrased into their own work without giving them the proper credit to the original extract. So they might have changed few words, but they are still following the same structure and idea without giving them the proper credit. The result is that it looks like original work, but it is just a patchwork of various sources. Now for aggregate plagiarism, in this example, you can see that the writer has combined information from different sources on topic like blood glucose and exercise. The writer might include citations, but all they are doing is summarizing what other authors have said without adding their unique insight. So the paper ended with collection of summaries rather than the original analysis or original information. So in both the cases, you can see that they lack originality. In mosaic plagiarism, disguise the sources by rephrasing or combining phrases. While in aggregator plagiarism, they collect information from multiple sources and adding to their work without doing anything new. Now let's discuss the differences between these two. So let's discuss the comparison between aggregator plagiarism and mosaic plagiarism. So starting with the definition, aggregator plagiarism is when someone compiles information from multiple sources without adding much original thought or analysis. Here, proper citation might be there, but the writer is not really contributing anything new. Whereas in mosaic plagiarism, on the other hand, involves taking exact phrases or sentences from different sources and adding them together. The writer changed few words, but they are really doing copying and pasting to their own work without giving them the credit. Now, for the originality, aggregator plagiarism lacks original analysis or synthesis because it's just a summary of existing information. Where in mosaic plagiarism, the issue of lack originality, it just borrow text and patch them together. For the citation practice, in aggregator plagiarism, citations are there, but this is not their original work. Where in mosaic plagiarism, the citation is missing. Now, for the structure, aggregator plagiarism tend to be more well organized because it's a summary of different sources. Where in mosaic plagiarism, this is disjoint because it's just a patchwork of sentences from different sources. Now, finally, intent. Aggregator plagiarism might be unintentional. Sometimes people just don't realize they are doing summarizing and analysis without analysis, and this considered as plagiarism. Where in mosaic plagiarism, however, it is more deliberate, with writers intentionally avoiding proper attribution by changing only a few words to make it look like original. Now over to you, Bhavya.
Thank you, Vaibhav. Combating aggregate plagiarism requires a multifaceted approach as it involves recognizing and preventing the copying of ideas from various sources. Now, let's talk about a few effective strategies. Educating students on ethical research practices and the importance of proper research and citation practices is of crucial importance Therefore, emphasizing the importance of critical thinking and personal insights help reduce the reliance on external sources. And developing strict policies against plagiarism will prevent the aggregators from the fear of copying. Uh, another underrated factor is the addressing the root of copying. Non-native speakers and those with limited writing experience and poor time management may resort to aggregate plagiarism due to the lack of confidence in their skills. Therefore, providing time management and research skills along with language and writing support in academic settings helps them feel more capable of producing original work. The development of advanced content detection tools like Copyscape, Turnitin, and Grammarly can help identify and detect aggregator plagiarism and help students or researchers produce original work. Next slide, please. As we reach the end of our discussion on plagiarism, let's take a moment to reflect on why it matters so much and what we can do to address it. Plagiarism, as we've seen, isn't just a minor error or oversight. It's a serious breach of integrity that affects individuals and institutions alike. When someone plagiarizes, they are not just taking words or ideas, but they are also undermining the trust and respect that form the foundation of academic, professional, and creative work. The impact of plagiarism goes beyond academic settings. It touches every corner of professional and digital life, from media to businesses and even personal brand building. In an age where so much of what we produce is shared online, it is more important than ever to respect original work and to give proper credits to the creators. That's why developing good habits around citing sources, paraphrasing, and using different types of plagiarism checking tools is crucial. These small steps will help protect not only our own credibility but also the hard work of others. Today, we've explored various types of plagiarism, including specific ones like aggregator plagiarism, which is a growing concern in the digital world, where content from various sources is compiled without appropriate acknowledgement. Recognizing these forms is the key to addressing them effectively. So, as a takeaway, let's remember that promoting originality is about building a reputation based on honesty and respect for intellectual property. This applies whether you're writing a research paper, posting on social media, or creating content for any purposes. Always aim to attribute ideas accurately, use sources responsibly, and invest in your own unique originality. Thank you for all your attention today. Let's commit to fostering a culture of integrity and originality. Thank you.